Hello universe and welcome. I hope you're doing well. Here we are again. And I'm having elliptical issues today. I have like a bump and grind going on in this machine for some reason. So it's making this odd noise as I move. Hopefully my voice will cover most of it for today. But definitely need to find a way to resolve the issue in a long-term sense. I've taken off the plates and tightened all the screws that I can so far, but unfortunately I think I'm going to have to get to a place where I put on or get into where the flywheel is. Looks like the flywheel might be where the problem is. Looks like it might be shifting or something, which makes sense. It's annoying, but it may just be the way things are, so may have to get in and adjust the flywheel. Other than that, finally back in town. It amazes me actually because I got back in town the day before yesterday, and obviously you know that I pre-recorded videos before, with the exception of the couple of videos I've posted with regards to the Shea Loss program. And since I've been back, I've had a worse diet than when I was gone. Because when I was on vacation, I actually did, as I mentioned, 5-mile walks every day and got out in the sun. So my tan's pretty good, but I have like a farmer's tan because if you see, I have like a white thing going on underneath. So I need to lay out by the pool as soon as I have time. But I did 5-mile walks every day, watched what I ate, and then I got back and I didn't have anything in the refrigerator. And I had bought a brisket from one of my staff's church, did a fundraiser, and so I bought a brisket from them, and well, I've had some of it. I haven't had all of it, mind you, but I've had some of it. And so I'm actually going to have to cut back on that. I mean, I can still work it off, but the way I usually do my workouts, it's not like I couldn't work it off. It's just a matter of, I don't want to eat that much of it. And I've had 2 or 3 Pepsis, and I don't like that either, because I don't usually drink that much soda. But I have with this situation, so I gotta bust a move to get rid of some of that. So I'm gonna get myself back to water again. Like I said, I allow myself to have those things because number one, I know I will work it off, and number two, if you don't allow yourself to have those things, then you're never going to find more discipline. It's just gonna be kind of a situation where you're like going to be craving it, and then you're going to gorge on it more so than I have, because I've pretty much eaten it as like a meal. So I'm not really worried about it, but that's why I believe you need to allow yourself to have those pleasures and satisfy those cravings, but just don't overkill. And soda is by far the worst thing that you can have. Now mind you, I sell it, and I still do drink it from time to time. More recently have I done it than I like to. Primarily because what happens is when you drink a lot of soda, it does impact your breathing. There's a lady, I think her name is Erica Lynn. She actually has asthma. She's one of the people on the Shea Loss Challenge, and since she's been participating, I guess in her own weight loss activities, she's noticed that she has had better luck with walking or running. And it's true. And it comes down to weight in general. When you're heavier, keep in mind your system is working harder to propel you forward when you're in motion. So it's once you lose weight that your system kind of balances out. It doesn't have to work as hard, and so it makes it easier. So it's actually, but soda does cut down on your oxygen. That's kind of where I was going. So that's one of the things I don't recommend you drink any more soda than once in a while. Like I said, I don't think you can completely eliminate those things from your diet or your eating patterns unless A, you just feel like it's destroying you and you don't want it at all, or number 2, you don't like the taste of soda. And if you don't like the taste of soda, then good for you, because that'll help you a lot. I don't really find myself enjoying soda that much. I do drink it from time to time, but not as often as I normally used to when I was a kid. My family drinks a lot of soda, Coke and all that. When I drink soda, I usually try and have a glass of water with it to sort of create some semblance of a balance and hopefully fill myself up so I don't want more soda. But I didn't do that today, for example, with the drinks that I had. I just drank straight Pepsi, and I can tell even right now how it impacts you. So definitely had a little bit more of a lax day. I'm not going to punish myself for it though, because like I said, I work out so much and I'm in motion so often that I can really work it off. I've already seen positive results with my clothes. I'll probably do something with that next week, show where my clothes are, but I've already seen such positive results with that. I'm not worried as much as I could be because I've already seen how I've had success. And I'm basically going to pick up more cardio to sort of help balance myself out. I recently saw this thing online I'm going to buy for the Total Gym Ab Crunch, so I can do some workouts more, start doing more muscle training. I'm working on that, so I'm excited about that. So really, I'm starting to shift into another gear. I beg your pardon. I'm starting to shift into a new gear with my workouts. Like I said, I gotta fix this knocking noise because it's really, really obnoxious. I hope I'm talking over it enough to spare you. But I really feel good about this next level. The rest of this week is a busy, busy week for me. So I have to get some reports done tonight, all zipped up, and then tomorrow morning I have to head to Houston, and then I come back, and this weekend I have to work on a presentation for the facility that I'm applying for, or bidding for, which I've mentioned before, and then I'm going to go and see 4 movies. I'm going to do reviews for Despicable Me 2, Grown Ups 2, The Lone Ranger, and what is it called? The Pacific Rim. Those are the 4 that are sort of out right now that I want to give my attention to. So I've got lots to keep me busy, believe it or not, this weekend. And I get so through some of these things without ever using that word or that guttural noise. So there's lots to do. Not to mention the fact that I really want to continue to try and evolve my paperwork, scan in paperwork, and I'm working very diligently to pay off all my debts so I don't have to worry about those anymore. Slowly but certainly, I want to get all these debts paid off, get them out of my life, so I can balance it out and start putting money away. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And I'm feeling good about it. I really am. I've got a lot of good stuff done on it. I really feel like in the next few months, I could pay off most of my debt and eliminate it. And that's super important to me. Super, super important. I've only got, let's see, what do I have? After I pay this other card off, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess all the noises on my elliptical show that I've been working on. But that flywheel thing is really annoying to me. And now I'm getting like a creak in my wheel here. So anyway, man, that just shows you I'm working this thing really hard, consistently. Anyway, what was I saying? But I've only got pretty much, after I pay off this, after I pay off these two cards that have a little bit on them right now, that I just put on, I've got to pay off my Sam's Club card and my Amazon card with 3. Sam's Club, Amazon, and Discover. And once I pay everything, these other few off, I just focus on those, and Sam's Club will probably come first. I'll probably clear that one out first, and then I'll clear the Discover out, and then Amazon's the last one. So hopefully by, let's say, October, something around there, somewhere around that area, I will actually be able to pay off all these debts. I'll be close to paying off my tax bill, and I'll be doing really good. And if I get this other facility, that'll just happen that much faster. Wow, this is a day of noises, man. So, what's going on in your life? Have you been working on making positive changes for your benefit? Have you been paying off bills? What have you been doing? How are you putting momentum or motion to create momentum in your life to improve the quality of your life? What are you doing? Are you still staying as true as possible to the Shea Loss Challenge? Are you doing something every day to improve the quality of your life? That's the most important part. Do something every day. Small steps lead to big changes. They really do. It's not just smoke up the chimney. It's really true. Now, I've noticed some great videos from some people. Some people are starting to see stalls in their weight loss. And that's when you have to decide, well, first off, just because you see a stall in your weight loss, if you're doing muscle training, you may be building muscle to replace the fat. Remember that muscle does weigh more than fat, number one, so keep that in mind. And if you're not losing weight and you're not gaining muscle you don't believe, well, see how your clothes fit. I'm sorry, that stuff's really annoying me a little bit. It's distracting me because I really don't like noises. I like quiet, and it sounds like I have an old treadmill for some reason when it's doing that noise. So I don't particularly care for that. Okay, let's see. What's this saying? Oh yeah, if you're experiencing or not experiencing weight loss or changes in your body, you need to start asking yourself, am I doing enough in motion to create a difference? Maybe you need to strengthen your nutritional patterns more, or maybe you need to allow yourself more time out to walk, or try and do more muscle intensive workouts. Remember that muscle weighs more than fat, and the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn when you're either at rest or in motion, because if there's more muscle, then it has to, when you're sweating and working out, your system grabs from fat stores, or fat storage, to burn and create energy. So if you burn more, if you're more muscular, it will force your system to grab for fat, basically, and burn those calories first. That's why you burn more when you're more muscular. Because energy burns off fat cells. And once it's burned off as much fat as it can, let's say, for example, this is why it's a good thing not to starve yourself, for example, and to actually eat. Because if you don't eat, what happens is your metabolism does slow down, and it starts to store fat because your body believes it needs it to survive. Well, the next thing it goes after is muscle. That's why you want to eat and continue to eat. Because the more you fuel yourself, your body goes after that stuff that you just put in, okay? It goes after the stuff you put in your body to burn that as its energy. It's its fuel, basically. But if you don't eat, then it shuts down the fat storage center and starts finding energy from other sources. That's why you start losing muscle tone. So that's why you want to eat. And they say to eat 5-6 times a day. It's true, believe it or not. You just want to eat smaller portions 5 to 6 times a day. Because the fewer calories you burn, or you take in, and the more you burn, obviously, is the better. But remember that your system creates fuel off of your food and what you eat. So that's why if you eat some more meals, but smaller calories, your motion burns calories as fuel. You know, it burns fat as fuel. And it goes after that first. So don't starve yourself is the point when you're trying to lose weight. Because it doesn't help you at all. As a matter of fact, it hurts you more than anything else. My elliptical's apparently getting old. So I'm going to have to work on the flywheel, work on the squeak. It's one of those moments, right? One of those moments. Got to choose to be happier. I saw someone try to impersonate Shay Carl earlier. You need to work on it. An impression you may have been able to do. A fairly decent impression, but not an imitation. Because an imitation is where you actually do the voice. You may be able to impersonate certain aspects of his personality or his style of speech, but if you're trying to imitate him, you need to work on it. Because your voice wasn't exactly as this, but you're trying. It was a nice impression. It really was. So anyways, that's it. Me and the 90-year-old treadmill, apparently, even though I haven't had it that long, are going to go back to doing our other business. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Follow your goals through, and if you have to make adjustments, make adjustments. But don't starve yourself, because it won't help you in the long run. It may in the short term, but not in the long run. It'll actually damage your body more. Your muscle will deteriorate. Your system will shut down. You'll have artery issues, organ issues. You don't want that. So eat, just don't overeat, and stay in motion. Take care of yourself. Thanks for watching, as always, and I will see you tomorrow. Live with passion.